The fact that this shirt used to be snug around my chest and now it's kind of draping over me says a lot about what happened to me during quarantine. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. As you know, I am packing up my apartment to head back to my hometown. However, as I was packing, I found a few old cosplay pieces from when I first started TikTok. From about when I started to 7K, my entire page was dedicated to these OCs for Harry Potter and Percy Jackson. And I think with this video, it will finally put my OCs to rest. A few of my friends have been asking me if I'll ever do my OCs again because some of them still do OCs or some of them want to get back to doing OCs. But with that being said, I started TikTok in the city and I started these OCs in the city, and now that I'm heading home and that I am no longer doing those OCs, I really feel like this is an end of a chapter. Okay, this is just to show you how long my hair has gotten. So with this OC, he would have his hair all the way down like that. So this is Vermin Ash, and the black hair really suits him actually. He was my demigod OC, a child of... Oh, I always butcher these names. Vermin was a child of Hecate who was only discovered after his magical abilities came in and he kind of accidentally harmed. He was a classic magic user who can't control it, so he ends up hurting everyone around him, kind of deal. And as dark as that was, it was because my other demigod OC, Cyrus, he was the happiest child of Apollo there was. Oh, here's the thing, I don't want to get into Cyrus just because I promised myself I would never do him with black hair because he looks so fucking emo. But yeah, I'll put some videos of Cyrus over here just because I refuse to let that sunshine boy look so emo. He actually had a video explaining his origin story. His parents had 2 siblings, and then Apollo came in the picture and then had him. His family was like super supportive about the fact that he was hunted by monsters all the time. But eventually when Cyrus was old enough, aka fucking preteen, he decided to run away so that his family didn't have to constantly move around. And then Cyrus moves to Camp Half-Blood. He loves all his half-siblings and his cousins, however he despises the gods with a passion. So he's like this bubblegum, very happy, hyper-energetic person, but the second you mention a god, he is ready to pull a knife out. Okay, now I know I stopped eating in quarantine just because the reason why I stopped wearing this shirt wasn't it wasn't because I found better shirts. I actually really liked the fact that this was blue and my OC was a Ravenclaw. It was the fact that I couldn't roll up the sleeves. By the time I got to my forearm, it would get stuck. This was how my very first OC, Philip Hardman, used to look like. So I think the best way to talk about this OC is to talk about just his entire creation, which started September, or I started TikTok in September. I might have started doing OCs in October. I'm not too sure. But it was 2019 and I saw people doing Hogwarts OCs and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And me, being a nerd, I had so much Ravenclaw merchandise. So I was like, I might as well try it. I just wore, you know, Ravenclaw merchandise with my natural hairstyle because I never planned to do more than one. And then that's the beginning of the end. A lot of people really liked how chaotic this OC was, and it's I really hope I'm putting videos beside it so many people would see this and be like, oh, that's such a cool character, how do you be so hyper and stuff, and it's just like, this is just who I am. It's like when someone does a really soft character, a really Cyrus Darvos character, you're like, oh, they must be such a soft person in real life, and then you realize, no, this chaotic OC is the most accurate representation of my own personality. Eventually this OC started gaining traction, and I thought, hey, if people like it this much, I might as well do some upgrades. So I got a uniform, like a legitimate uniform from Party City Spirit Halloween. It was Spirit Halloween. I remember it because it was the first time I actually went there. Do not try to analyze me. But also, this OC would have so many different outfits. Like, again, I had a lot of Ravenclaw merchandise, so I had one varsity jacket and an actual varsity jacket. However, my camera at the time would always adjust the blues, and so the entire screen would go orange. So I never actually got to wear this a lot. However, I wore it a lot in person because, again, nerd. I also had another Hogwarts OC called Henry. His last name was a play on Weasley, though I'm pretty sure that's not how it's actually pronounced. But Henry, he was in the Dark Mafia. He was in the Dark Ravenclaw and the Mafia tag because at this time, the Mafia tag was huge and a bunch of people from the Hogwarts tag decided to merge those together. So I was like, you know what? That sounds kind of fun. It gives me a reason to look kind of edgy, even though everyone fucking thinks I'm 14. I'm not. I'm 20. Please don't think I'm a minor, because that's kind of strange. Anyways, yeah, so Henry came into the picture. These two absolutely hated each other, whereas my Percy Jackson ones were basically best friends and the reason why each other had a reason to live. And so that was like the, oh, look at his range from like Cyrus Soft to like Henry Stab. And then these four were the ones that kind of kept everyone coming to me. I also had a bunch of other OCs. I had a Supernatural OC, Jacob Jones. I also had a Rick's OC from the Rick's Academy tag, but me and my friends kind of did that as a group. The one time I actually tried doing storylines, and surprise, surprise, no one was organized and we just never did it. And a few other OCs that if I don't remember them, they probably weren't that good to begin with. So yeah, that's kind of a tour of my TikTok history, of the OCs that got me to where I am now, the OCs that I have the most sentimental value for. Vermin and Cyrus will always have a place in my heart. However, we need to let Philip rest and die. He is the ENTJ character. Just let him die in peace, please. And then Henry says he's doing his own fucking thing. Before I go, I just want to say thank you to everyone who stuck around. There are a bunch of people I met during the Hogwarts tag who are no longer here because they were only here for the views. But there were a lot of people who did stay, who did want to get to know me as a person, and who actually talked to me outside of TikTok, outside of cosplays even. And for those people, I love you guys, and I hope you guys stay safe. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok to scroll down and see my OCs, or just my cosplays that I do now, everything will be linked below. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Thomas Toryn. I can't lie to save my life, and I will probably get in trouble because of it. Subscribe if you're new, comment down below. Were you an OC cosplayer? How did you start your cosplay journey? And like this video because I need attention. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoy what's to come.